This is News 3 at 11.
The Veterans Day Parade in Virginia Beach is one way we say thank you to those who served. Coming up, we'll bring you the sights and sounds of this annual tradition. And imagine climbing 1,000 steps. Now at 11, a local group is doing just that, all to spread awareness. We'll explain the story behind their steps. Welcome to News 3 at 11. I'm Angela Bohon. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight, those staying at a Virginia Beach hotel had quite a scare. A fire broke out at the Magnuson Hotel. That's on Northampton Boulevard. When firefighters got there, they saw heavy smoke and flames coming from the second floor. You can see that in these pictures here. Thankfully, no one was hurt. 6 adults were displaced, but the fire department says hotel management was able to relocate them to unaffected rooms. Investigators say the fire started in a trash can that was outside in the hallway, and they are still trying to determine the exact cause. Tonight, a vigil was held in honor of Cody Bigsby. I was there tonight as a small group gathered near the site of the former Bigsby home in Hampton. You'll recall Cody was reported missing in January of 2022. Now, the vigil was organized by Black Lives Matter 757. About a half dozen community members spoke, and some, including Delegate A.C. Cordoza, talked about an effort to implement what's being called a Cody alert. I asked him how this would be different from an Amber alert, and he started with explaining it would be localized around 2 places, the child's home and the site where the child was last seen.
Every hour, the radius will expand until either the child is found or until they've qualified for an Amber alert. And once they have an Amber alert, then we're going to turn off the Cody alert.
Now, Cody's father, Corey Bigsby, was in court this past week, and for the first time, several written confessions from Bigsby were revealed. In them, he described the death and disposal of his son's body. The judge ruled that confessions can be used at trial, which is set for March. Well, it was a pretty nice Veterans Day to honor those who have served. High temperatures were in the mid to upper 50s, and most areas stayed dry. The Albemarle Sound and Outer Banks did have some showers, though. Meteorologist Christy Stewart is here to let us know if more rain could impact our Sunday plans. Thanks, Christy. Well, more than 200,000 veterans call Hampton Roads home. And for more than 50 years, the Veterans Day Parade in Virginia Beach has been a way to say thank you. News 3 anchor Anthony Sabella takes us to today's celebration on 19th Street. What a nice celebration. Well, also this Veterans Day, imagine climbing 1,000 steps. Today, hundreds of people in Virginia Beach stepped up to the challenge in honor of a former Navy SEAL. The Step Up Foundation is an organization that has one mission in mind: to spread awareness about veteran suicide. The foundation was created following the suicide of beloved Navy SEAL Chad Wilkinson, who died in 2018. After his death, his wife Sarah wanted to bring awareness to the effects of blast wave injury, traumatic brain injuries, and PTSD. Money raised through the Step Up Foundation goes towards supporting research programs and treatment for those with those injuries. Todd Shanley, a friend of Chad and Sarah Wilkinson, says every year community members do an intense hour-and-a-half workout in Chad's memory.
It's called the
According to the Department of Defense, 492 service members died by suicide last year, and 68% of military members were under the age of 30. And it is important to talk about mental health. More than 3 million veterans experienced a mental illness in 2021, according to a national survey on drug use and health. The data shows nearly half of them did not seek treatment. Health experts say you can honor those who have served by supporting them. Reach out to veterans you know. Check in on them on a regular basis. Invite them to engage in social activities, maybe exercise with them or do a hobby together. Also, watch out for red flags. There could be a mental health concern if veterans experience severe changes, sleep disruption, or if they say concerning things like, "I can't take this anymore."
We often find that veterans will not necessarily.
Now, experts say it's also important to let veterans know there is help available, and here's a few ways to do that. If you or someone you know needs help right now, take a look at your screen. These are some numbers that you can call. The Military Crisis Line has an over-the-phone and text messaging service that provides free VA support for all service members. They say military members can use this even if they're not enrolled in VA health care. Now, if you're in need of counseling, Military One Source can provide access to confidential military family life counselors near you. And if you need help, whether you're in the military or not, you could always call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That's 988. Well, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and now hundreds of local families are more prepared thanks to a local radio station. For 2 years, La Selecta, Hampton Roads Hispanic radio station, and members of the community got out to give hundreds of turkeys. Today, 500 turkeys were distributed. Olga Torres Baker, who's with the radio station, says the goal is to make everyone in the community feel included on Thanksgiving.
The thing is,
And La Selecta is the only 24-hour Hispanic radio station. You can tune in on 103.3 FM and 1050 AM. A popular coffee shop is reopening after being forced to temporarily close. Coming up, we're taking you inside that coffee shop for an update. And nearly 70,000 veterans are without a home. Coming up, we'll hear from one local veteran who is back on his feet after hard times. As we take time to thank veterans for their service this year, some are struggling. This year alone, more than 1 million veterans across the country live in poverty, and nearly 70,000 are without a home. News 3's Erica Craven has the story of a local veteran who is back on his feet in Chesapeake after experiencing homelessness.
U.S. Air Force veteran.
Not too bad. You know, I feel like I have a little bit of everything out with my wardrobe right now. Finally got out the winter coats and everything.
Yeah, I know that my closet is a mess, and you just keep everything accessible. And those, like, my coat rack has like every type of jacket on it.
Yeah, it's that time of year in Virginia, right? And
yeah.
Hey, at least we're patriotic looking today for Veterans Day. Not too bad for the holiday. For the parade, at least I'm glad it was dry.
Yes, definitely good news for that.
All right, well, thanks, Christy. And now tonight, we're following up on a story in Isle of Wight County that we brought you last month. A popular coffee shop that had to temporarily close is now getting back to business. News 3's Coulter Anstadt is back at the coffee shop talking with the owner about her progress.